for joining us for Thursday's Living Word for today. We're going to look at James chapter 1. James chapter 1. Now we saw that we have counsel, we have that wisdom within us. We saw that we can draw it out via praying in other tongues. We also saw when we looked at the 14th chapter of Proverbs, Proverbs 14:12, that we look at doing things our own way and that it leads to death. Well, in James here it says, verse 2, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into divers temptations." And that's temptations, tests or trials. We fall into it doing what it says in Proverbs here, going our own way, thinking our own way instead of finding out the way God says. So we are going this way and we come into a test or trial, and so we start thinking it's God. But in James it says, when you're tempted, test, and tried, do not say it's God, because God doesn't tempt anyone. And so we're to have patience, and when patience has her perfect work, we will be entire, wanting nothing. We will know the answer to the situation. But when we're in the midst of this trial, verse 5, it says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." God doesn't just from heaven give you this wisdom. This is where praying in other tongues comes in. We ask Holy Spirit to give us the revelation, to give us the interpretation of the tongues that we're praying out. You see, we encounter trials, but as it says that we are in this test and trial, we have this problem. It's self-inflicted. We're drawn away and tempted of our own lust. So we can ask God, and we don't need to think that God's going to say, well, it's your own fault if you'd not listened to the world. He never does that. Holy Spirit will always give us the revelation we need. So ask Holy Spirit to give you the interpretation as you're praying about this situation in other tongues, and he will show you where you went your own way and didn't wait for God to show you the right way. Thank you for joining us today.